a mini chief.
And a mini cheat.
It's Tuesday the 10th of October and this is screenPLAY patch notes. It's a little bit of a waver in my voice there.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Steph, and I hope you've got your news pants on because we've got some news for your pants.
The first pants news is the mini SNES has barely been out for a week and it's already been hacked. It is possible to hook up your mini to a PC and modify the software to add more downloaded SNES games. There's really not much more to say about this other than it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's basically an emulator.
Yeah, pretty much that's all it ever was, and now it's the thing that we all wanted it to be for the future, which is, you know, something you can load more games on. It happened with the NES as well. One day, it would be nice if it happened with the Switch.
I think so.
That maybe we could just put these games on the Switch and we can, you know, we proved that you can do it. You can do it in something this big. The Switch is even bigger, so you got more room to fit a bigger emulator. Because that's just how it works, guys. It's physical space. It's how software works.
Moving on, there is a tiny Master Chief living in the XboxOne X. First noticed by Spanish YouTube channel Uno Cero, if you were to open up the console and poke around inside, you'd see a tiny picture of a cute little Master Chief riding a scorpion etched onto the circuit board. The Chief representing, of course, the Xbox's history, and the scorpion a nod to the console's codename, Project Scorpio. I love it when they do stuff like this. It's like a tiny RL Easter egg.
Yeah, like most likely you would never know existed unless, you know, this video came out. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna crack mine open.
No.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's just a reminder that Scorpio was a much better name for this console as well.
And I want to say something about Master Chief living inside the hearts of all of us, and the heart being this sort of circuit board of the console, but I can't quite marry the thoughts together.
No, I think you totally got it. They're like the circuit board it's the heart. And that all our hearts, of course, live in our game consoles. And of course the Xbox X is bigger than the mini SNES, so it can emulate much more games. Finally, Michael Fassbender has come out to say that he was disappointed with the way that the Assassin's Creed film turned out. Assassin's Creed.
I think we all were.
Fassbender, who produced and starred in the film, says he's waiting to hear from Ubisoft as to whether the film's planned sequels will go ahead. Despite a big budget, big name cast, and director, the film was met with poor reviews and sales at the box office. Fassbender thinks that the film took itself too seriously.
Yes. So, have you seen it?
Well, I have seen half of it, and then I promptly turned it off.
You were watching it on a plane?
I was watching it at home, and I was like,
right.
oh, yeah, you know, I'll finally give this a shot because I want to see the movies and I missed them, blah, blah, blah. I just started watching it and I just went, I could be doing anything else with my time other than watching this. And it's not offensive, but it's so inoffensive that I was offended.
When they announced it, I was like, there are so many ways they could like cock this up. But when Fassbender said he was producing it and starring in it, I was like, I love him. He's a great actor.
And Marion Cotillard's in it.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. But he's absolutely right. It took itself too seriously. It spent so much time setting up the kind of assassin-Templar conflict and this weird kind of training facility and the politics within that strange prison that I didn't really know what was happening or care about this central character, and then the movie kind of just ended. So in the end I was just like, well,
that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
I think the best way for this, if they do another one, ditch all the real life stuff. Just make it, I don't care about that. Just make it about the assassins in the time period, and maybe go a little Pirates of the Caribbean with it. Have a bit of fun, make it sort of like whatever the Templar Roman version of swashbuckling is.
See, I do think that the anima stuff is important because it does serve as a device to kind of send this central character through different time periods. And I think the greater, like the legacy of this sort of Templar conflict is kind of cool to see that through like across time. But I think they just needed to explain all that really fast at the top and then just get into it. Like, which is what he said as well. Do you think they can come back from this? Like, do you think they're better off just scrapping that movie and starting from scratch, or trying to pick up the pieces and moving forward, or just saying, we gave it a shot,
I know
that's it?
I know it's my job to have opinions and that's why I get paid. I don't care. I literally do not care what you do with this. It's just, it's a thing that happened and it may happen again or it may not, and I'm just rolling with the tide.
See, I want to see Fassbender in Egypt. I want to see Fassbender on the high seas and Black Flag.
Swashbuckling in Egypt.
I want to see him have a twin in London.
Oh, right, that's right. Okay. Well, you may or you may not, and I just don't care. Moving on now, it's discussion time.
It's discussion time. Discussion time, discussion time, discussion time.
Oh God, there was a chorus.
I can't think of melodies on the spot, and then every time I try to do it, it just turns out the same. I'm so sorry, Peter and Will.
Okay, so the new Star Wars trailer just dropped today. Check it out.
So
Thoughts?
there are what look like a lot of awesome space battles.
Yep.
And my favorite thing about sci-fi is world building, so I like the fact, I'm joking about the little fox thing being my favorite part, but I love to see details like that represent different places in the universe that tell me that it's kind of the fantasy lover in me.
They're fleshing out worlds.
Less so the small penguin thing.
Yeah, the small penguin thing feels very much like a pandering cash-in to like a fan base that you know would buy crap like this.
We already have one. We already have one.
But yeah, the Fox thing was cool. The new Star Wars films to me are, because I never really watched the Star Wars as a kid, so I got in late, and I was always just like, oh yeah, they're fine, but I don't see what the giant deal is. These are way more like rollicking fun adventures for me.
I mean, I agree with that. Again, if anything, just because there's like a more diverse range of characters.
Yep.
Like different colored people and also women.
Yeah. and in a way that is they're I think all the characters are more rounded out. They're not archetypes. Like the last Star Wars, you know, films were very. You had Han Solo was really the only one who had any sort of like depth to him, and everyone else was just a bit like one surface level. But this, I love this because it's also a bit of the. We've had the setup in Force Awakens here. The impression I get from that trailer is lots of butting heads from all these different directions. Whereas a lot of the other film was siloed. You had like.
This is what these guys are doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Meanwhile, this is what these
over
guys
here,
are doing.
and at some point it's going to come together at the end. Whereas this, you know, you're
Seems
getting
a
the
lot
impression,
muddier, doesn't it?
Like from the get-go, like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, looks phenomenal. Looks phenomenal. Ryan Johnson is such a good director. I'm so on board for that.
It was a very well cut trailer in the sense that it gave you a real kind of. You know, pastiche of what the general theme of the film is going to be without giving anything away plot-wise.
Except for that last shot, which is 100% the last shot of the movie.
Because I feel that they have already established that they have some kind of intense connection, those two.
Yeah.
And there's the part in me that just like wants them to get married and have babies.
But also you know they're going to be brother and sister.
Or
God!
Or someone's aunt.
Yeah, exactly. And the other way you can tell that that's at the end of the film is his space band-aid is off. And he's just got a scar. So it's like, enough time here, the wound is healed. Also, maybe the wounds of friendship and possibly love.
I feel like we could do a whole other video just in the space band-aid alone.
I think we could, and I think we should. So stay tuned for that video. What do you guys think about the new Star Wars trailer? Are you keen? Is this what you wanted?
Were you disappointed by the trailer? Let us know what you think in the comments. Just put your favorite bit in there.
Just put your favorite bit in there. And while Star Wars is coming out in December, there are games coming out this week. Although, admittedly, not a lot.
It's Tuesday the 10th of October and here's what you can soon play. PlayStation VR owners get a nice addition to the library with the Invisible Hours dropping on the platform. You play as a fly-on-the-wall invisible detective tasked with uncovering the truth behind the mysterious mansion murder of Nikola Tesla by listening to and observing character interactions. The twist is that the whole game plays out in real time, so you need to choose who to follow and which clues are important in order to find the killer before the time runs out. The Invisible Hours is the latest from Tequila Works, who made Rhyme, and Nick Boy favorite The Sexy Brutal. What do your elf eyes see? It's Middle-earth Shadow of War on the horizon. Monolith Productions' action RPG sequel is dropping Wednesday the 11th and promises more orc-slaying action. This time, Talion and Celebrimbor have crafted a new ring of power to really just piss off loyal Tolkien fans by flippantly bending the canon for some Deus Ex Machina bullshit. But I'm not upset, and nor should you be if you like good action, cool abilities, and one of the more interesting rival systems games have to offer. Also, this Australian orc.
Just make sure you let me pop his heads off, won't ya?
Friday the 13th, the spookiest day of the year, has been made scarier again thanks to the release of The Evil Within 2. The survival horror game will make you fight your way past the artistic abominations of a psychopathic photographer in order to find your daughter. I mean, she's probably already dead though, so was it really worth it? So that's what you can soon play. What are your picks? Let us know in the comments. So you got 3 games to choose from this week, Nick.
Yep.
Which one are you gonna choose? Actually, I'm gonna choose Shadow of War because I think you knew that and I'm just very excited and I don't really care what you're gonna pick because Shadow of War is the only game anyone should be thinking about this week.
Well, I think it's my job as the contrarian to step up here and shake things up a little. I am deeply, deeply into the idea of the invisible hours. Tequila Works, you know, made, as you mentioned, the Sexy Brutale, which I loved this year, which more people should play. And I love this sort of like narrative adventure style thing. Good to have a VR game that looks like I'm something that's interested. But of course, Shadow of War looks fantastic.
I just feel like in this game of yours,
Yep.
can you fight a Balrog? Prob's not.
I don't know, maybe that's what killed Tesla. You don't know? Maybe that's the big twist. Big twist, Balrog killed old Tessie. Moving on now, and it's prize time.
I'm very excited. Prize! Well, it's prize time. Last week on screenplay. Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to affect a strange voice.
I'm not making you do anything. I'm trying to affect a strange voice. I'm trying to affect a strange voice.
You're throwing me because I can feel you like...
Judgment?
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
And
Okay,
and
okay.
silently laughing.
Do it again and I won't judge.
Okay. Well, it's prize time.
Okay, how about I just take a, well, it's prize time. Last week on screenplay, we asked you to take this picture and do something with it, and did things with it. You did. We had some runners up. Benjamin Pearson, first runner up. I feel like we're in a gallery.
I see. So this is us reacting to you as one of the Dream Daddies?
Yeah.
The clean-cut British guy from next door.
Exactly. My question is, why are we horrified? I look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, look at those arms compared to what's actually going on here, which just stays pinky-sized the entire way down. Like, look great.
This is weird. If any, I don't know how many people have photoshopped your head onto other people's bodies, but it's happened to me a lot.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
Do you find that confronting, seeing your head on someone else's body?
Well, it's less confronting because it's a cartoon body.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I know it's not mine. There's no confusion. I'm not looking at it going, when was that taken? Our second runner-up is Shane Smith.
Oh, I love that one. That one's great.
Statler and Waldorf,
Yeah.
and then Nick and Steph also in there.
And I'm going, boo, boo.
Yeah,
Terrible.
and I'm just horrified by the acting on display. Yeah, I think that's a very clever use, and we slot in perfectly.
We do.
Very nice. Third runner-up was Natasha Boynton with this little drawing, which I just liked.
I like it too.
And I like that she interpreted how I actually felt while I was playing this game, which was just like sobbing with no arms.
Salty, salty tears.
Salty tears. But you look cool.
Yeah, I do look cool.
You kind of look like Link. You look
Oh
like
yeah,
Link.
because of the green and the blonde and the blue. Yeah. Awesome.
But of course there was a winner, and that winner was our very favorite person in the world, Sean Philip Cantwell.
Second only to our favorite flower, our favorite creepy flower man.
Our little murder somber sunflower, who says, may I have this dance? I think it's a perfect blend of the episode of the Cuphead review and this, and it's exactly how I would feel. I feel like we're looking in a mirror and he's just popped up, and so we're reacting to like the reflection of seeing him behind, like we know that's him.
Yeah,
It's a good job.
Yeah.
So well done, Sean Cantwell Phillip, or Sean Philip Cantwell, whichever way your three-barreled name ends up in real life.
So well done, Sean. You have won yourself a Cerberus headset, keyboard, mouse, and an Asus mousepad, thanks to the lovely people at Evotech Custom Computers.
Alrighty, here's what we are getting up to this week. This week we have a new First Play coming up now that Dream Daddies has been laid to rest. It's a cool VR game, which you may have heard about in this episode, The Invisible Hours. We have moved our Twitch stream, which normally would have happened today, to Wednesday, and on Friday we've got Answer, so keep an eye out on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Also, we've got the full extended Evil Within 2 playthrough going up on Friday the 13th, which is when the game comes out. It's not just an extended version of what you saw on TV, it's like we played way more of the game and shit got very weird.
It got quite disturbing.
Quite disturbing.
But on Screenplay on TV this Thursday at 10 PM on 7 Mate, we're bringing you a review of Blade Runner 2049, and we'll be testing ourselves with crazy Forza and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds challenges. So you better be there to check it out.
Details for how you can follow us on all our socials are right here, and there are links in the description below.
That's it for the show today, but as always, we have one of your brilliant clips to play us out.
That's right, What the Shark just backed this one in to score in Rocket League.
Oh man, those were some sick puck skills, Shark. If you've got a clip you'd like us to run, then just send us a link to the clip on Twitter using the hashtag screenplayMyClip.
You can send it to @screenplayau, @hexsteph, or @nickboy. Goodbye.
Bye! I mean, I was gonna sing a song, but I just don't know what to sing.
I was just waiting for more voices.
Hashtag my clip.
It's like from Eva or something.
I was gonna do an old man cowboy voice, I don't know why. But I couldn't do it because I kept laughing all the time.
Do Irish cowboy right now.
Irish cowboy. Because it's kind of like, I'm doing like old man, like farm cowboy voice.
Yeah, but he's from Ireland.
With an Irish lilt.
Yeah.
All right, you got to go round up the cattle for me now.
It's not too bad.
Before the storm rolls in across the prairie.
This is it. This is Dream Daddies.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen this episode, and I don't want to set anyone's expectations up for the fact that it's going to happen this episode.